Hello, everyone, and welcome to Music Reading Fridays with Mr. Skibbe. I know that we are all still at stay-at-home learning, and I am going to be reading a music book, some of my favorite music books, every Friday. So every Friday, you're going to see a book from Mr. Skibbe. It'll be a music style book. This one is my favorite book, actually, to read to students. I usually read it when it's like a special reader day or a guest reader day in their classrooms. But for today, I thought I would read it to all of you on this first Friday of our stay-at-home learning. So this is called The Jazz Fly, written by Matthew Golub. And I'm going to read this to you all. And as you see, it is Spirit Day, the last day of Spirit Week for e-learning. We have Craig Elementary School. You have the high school that we're feeding into, the Craig kids. And I even, don't forget, boys and girls, it is Mismatched Shoe Friday. So as you can see, the blue and the yellow shoes for today. Can't ever stop a tradition, even when we're at stay-at-home learning. If you have any opposite foot mismatched shoes, I'd love to see any pictures or anything too as well. So here is the first Friday reading with Mr. Skibbe called The Jazz Fly. A lot of pages here. Zzz, zzz, a fly buzzed by. It was late in the day, and he was lost. So he flew to a frog that was sitting on a log and asked the frog which way to town. And there's a little bit of a back and forth here, ladies and gentlemen. I need all of you to repeat after me at home if you like. It's going to be kind of like Dora the Explorer. Like, I'm going to say something, I'm going to give a little pause for you to do it as well. And it goes like this. Say, Zabaza. Good. Say, Boozaba. Say, Zizaroni. Now put them all together. It goes like this. Zabazaboozaba. Say those two go. Zabazaboozaba. There you go. Now say Zizaroni. Zizaroni. Nice. Now we put them together. It goes Zabazaboozaba Zizaroni. Zabazaboozaba Zizaroni. The frog didn't get the way the jazz fly talked. Ribbit, the frog answered. Ribbit, ribbit. The fly flew to a hog in the bog. He stayed clear of the mud to keep his black tux clean and asked the hog which way to town. Zabazaboo, zabazee, zaroni. Oink. The hog answered, oink, oink. The fly saw a donkey short and gray, so he flew to ask him the way. Zabazaboo, zabazee, zaroni. The donkey just began to bray. Hee-haw, hee-haw. At last the fly flew to a furry dog. One more time he asked, Zabazaboo, zabazee, zaroni. Woof, 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 barked the pooch right away. She pointed her nose to say, go that way. Woof, 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 woof. The jazz fly flew past weeds and clover till he reached a street that was paved all over. He then left down the alley, right through the door. He saw fancy waiters creeping all across the floor. Beetles and maggots had come to hear the show. They were dancing with the locust by the firefly's glow. The band was looking antsy. It was 8:30. They grumbled, man, this fly is always late. The fly tugged at his sleeves, strolled to his drums, twirled around his brushes, and counted off the song. Za, zee, za, zee, zoo, zay. Willie the worm inched up and down his bass. Nancy the gnat sashayed with her sax. Sammy the centipede hit the piano keys like a man with 100 hands. The fly swished with his brushes, thumped his bass drum, made the cymbals ring, ting, bing, ting, pong. Then, like a chef stirring dinner in the pot, he dished it all together and he put it out hot. Zap ding, zap a doom, baby. Swish, zap a boom, zap a zee, zap. Ooh, the fly was jamming, not scamming, but swimming like salmon. Doom, ba-zibidi-boom, doom, ba-zibidi-boom, boom, ba-zibidi-boom. But then the club's queen bee sat down with a huff. She said, "This band plays good, but that's not enough. I want a sound that'll make bugs shout. I want a new beat, or this band is out." The fly, who'd been very confident up until now, suddenly felt kind of small. He knew he'd have to come up with something different if the jazz bugs were to keep their jobs at the jazz club. So he thought. And he thought until the fly recalled the sounds he had heard that day. He mixed them all up in a brand new way. He crossed a bridge, stepped beyond the line, took a chance and began to shine. Swish, zoom, zabba boop, ribbit, ribbit, zabba boop, ding, bang, oink, oink. Swish, zappa, 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 hee, haw, hee, a zabba, a rubba, a roof, 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 zabba, babba, 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 hee, haw, rony, oink, zabba, hee, haw, ribbit, roof, ding. Well, the beetles and the maggots stopped eating their chow. Willie and Nancy and Sammy said, "Wow!" The cockroach waiter shouted, "Go, man, go! Dig that fly, he can really blow!" The joint was hopping and popping, wiggling on the floor. They never heard a sound like this before. Now, word got out about the jazz bug sound, about the white hot drummer that broke new ground. Beetles packed the club, locusts came by swarm. The jazz bug's name went up in lights. And to make sure he never lost his way again, the fly, zigga boom 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 boom, picked up his friends, zigga boom, in a limo each day. That is The Jazz Fly, written by Matthew Golub. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for the first Music Book Reading Fridays with Mr. Skibbe. Don't forget, next Friday we will have another book about the same time around lunchtime. So if you're eating lunch there at your e-learning, stay-at-home learning, taking a break, why not listen to some books from Mr. Skibbe? I have put this on Instagram Live and it's on YouTube Live as well, and it'll jump right to my YouTube page. So if you missed the whole thing, want to show your kids at a different time, want to show some Craig students, then make sure you get that out. I'll put it on Twitter and my Instagram as well. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Skibbe and also at Instagram at Skibbe in Treble. That's treble like the treble clef, Treble, treble clef. So thank you so much for joining me for the Jazz Fly and the first Friday of music reading books with Mr. Skibbe on Fridays. Don't forget your mismatched shoes next week. See you next week. See you.